Britain's decision to reject the reimposition of sanctions on Iran has not gone down well with Israel. And this displeasure was expressed in no uncertain terms by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to UK's Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab. Britain dispatched Secretary Raab on a tour of Israel and Palestine to try and expedite peace talks between the two sides. Raab was welcomed by his Israeli counterpart in Jerusalem. While the UK sent a message of upholding the two-state agreement, Israel was more concerned about Britain's opposition to restoring sanctions on Iran. Foreign Minister Ash Kenzai said he was disappointed by Europe's Big Three and the decision to oppose the arms embargo on Iran. He said that UK's decision does not reflect the global effort to contain Iranian aggression. This sentiment was mirrored by Prime Minister Netanyahu, who said he expects Britain to change its stance on Iran at United Nations Security Council. Netanyahu said Iran was already a global threat without nuclear weapons, and in a pointed rebuke asked the British Foreign Secretary to imagine the level of threat a nuclear Iran would pose. Raab's reception in Palestine was equally chilly. He called upon Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah, where he reaffirmed Britain's commitment to the two-state solution and called for a lasting peace with Israel through sustained negotiations.
It's a real honour, 22 years later, to come back and to affirm, in the spirit of friendship, personally but also on behalf of the United Kingdom, our commitment to the Palestinian people, our commitment to a two-state solution, the United Kingdom's opposition to annexation of territory, and above all, we want to see the improvement of the lives of the Palestinian people, which can only be secured through a lasting peace negotiated between Israel and the Palestinians.
The Palestinian leadership, however, took offense at Raab's reaction to the peace deal between UAE and Israel. United Kingdom has firmly backed the normalization of ties between Israel and the Arab world. Raab called the UK a big supporter of the Abraham Accords, prompting a sharp reaction from Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who said peace will not be achieved by bypassing Palestine and normalizing ties with Arab nations.
السلام لن يتحقق من خلال القفز عن الفلسطينيين نحو تطبيع العلاقات مع دول عربية، ولن يتم بصيغة وهم السلام مقابل السلام، بل إنه يتم على أساس قرارات الشرعية الدولية ومبادرة السلام العربية، ما يعني عقد اتفاق سلام